This video is on the sum and difference of cubes. I get asked a lot of questions like, how do you memorize the definition of the sum and difference of cubes? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, how do you fit everything together? So I'm going to go over the basic definition, and then I'm going to go over a way to help you memorize it. So first, here's the definition here. This is when a cubed plus b cubed. And the secret is if you find what a is and you find what b is, you can plug it into this statement. Now notice that when the sign changes from plus to minus, these signs have changed as well. So I'm going to go over that first way, going into the idea of if you find the a and b, you plug it into the statement. And then I'm going to go into an easier way to probably memorize it. So first example here, 27x cubed y cubed. So I know because of this minus, I want to use this statement here because it says a cubed minus b cubed. So I want to find what a is and what b is. So I could rewrite this as 3x cubed minus y, and I'm just going to put parentheses around it because it's easier for to visualize, and I have y cubed. And so now this is my technical a, and this is my technical b. And so I can plug those values into the statement here. So the first, it says a minus b, so now I'm going to get 3x minus y. And then it says a squared, so I'm going to do 3x squared, so that's 9x squared, plus ab, so plus 3xy, and then plus b squared, so I'm going to get plus y squared. So just taking that information, finding my a and b, plug it into the definition. Let's look at another example. 8z to the third power plus 64. So because of that plus, I know I'm going to be using this top one here. Okay, because of that plus, I know I'm going to be using this top one. And so this is they're both perfect cubes, so I can take this and I can simplify it into 2z cubed and then 4 cubed. And so now that I have my technical a, I have my technical b, I can plug it in, and so I'm going to get a plus b, so I'm going to get 2z plus 4. Okay, and then times, it says a squared, so that'll be 4z squared, minus ab, so minus 2 times 4 is 8, so I'll just write 8, make it easy, z, and then it says plus b squared, and so plus 4 squared, so I'm going to get plus 16. So I just took this information, there's my a, there's my b, and I just plugged it into that statement. Now the difficulty here is actually memorizing what that statement is, and so I'm going to be going over well, it's a way to memorize it, and it's actually going to be in a song. Now before we move on, I just want to note though, you can only do this when these are perfect cubes. They have to be perfect cubes. If they're not perfect cubes, you cannot use this definition to factor. So here's a way to remember it. Now I'm going to go back to that first example and I'm going to do the same thing. Now it kind of has the checking to see if they're perfect cubes built into it. And so you start off by actually doing, hey, let's find the perfect cube. So that's just going to be 3x and y. So since I was able to take the cube root of both of these, 3x, the cube root of this, and y, I know that I'm going to be able to factor it. Now for this song, I'm going to dub this as first and this as last. And so now I'm going to be able to factor it. And so you're just going to sing the song here, and here's the lyrics. So it's going to go, first times first is first, last times last is last, first times last is in the middle, isn't this a blast? The first sign's from the problem, the second it's reversed. So since the first one is a negative, you got to reverse it into a positive. The last sign's always positive no matter what the first. And now you can take that and you can compare that to the definition. And if you do that, we know we have that same statement. And if you want to compare that to that other example, we have that as well. And so this is going to help you memorize it. I have this song stuck in my head, and it's really easy for me to factor these sums and difference of cubes. Let's try another one. So like I said, setting that up, you need to take the cube root of both, because that's a way of checking to see if I can even factor it. So taking the cube root, I get 2z and I can take the cube root of 64, and that's just going to be 4. And so now this is going to be dubbed as first, and this is going to be dubbed as last. And so now you can sing the song. First times first is first. Last times last is last. First times last is in the middle, isn't this a blast? The first sign's from the problem. The second, it's reversed, so now it's going to go to negative. The last sign's always positive, no matter what the first. And so now it's factored. I hope this song helps. Let me know if you have any comments.